The best war film in years? Yeah. Best war film since Saving Private Ryan? Yeah. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and I'm bringing you a review of 1917. God damn, is this movie way better than The Grudge. This has caused me whiplash by the level of amazingness this is, the level of disappointment and just horribleness that was The Grudge. This movie was directed by Sam Mendes, also produced and written as well. Apparently this was based on a family story passed down from generation from his grandfather in World War I, which is astounding, but truth be told, the story is not 100% accurate to real life what happened, nor is it a recreation of just Sam Mendes's grandfather from the war. This is a story that takes ideas from that story and just makes it more of a Hollywood film while going into further detail about World War I. The film also was produced by Pipa Harris, John Antigan, and written by Sam Mendes, with Christy Wilson Kames coming in to support as well. So just want to point that out because I know a lot of people are saying it's just Sam Mendes' movie, but there's some definitely other people that helped make this movie, and by God, Roger Deakins shot the shit out of this movie because the cinematography is what makes this movie so good. Him and Sam Mendes combined with the directing and the cinematography makes scenes just stand out. There are multiple sequences in this movie that just come alive because not only are you invested in these characters, because essentially it's one shot. Just get to a battalion, let them know about something going on, because if they keep doing what they're doing, they're all gonna die. I do want to also take note that this movie isn't necessarily a huge bombastic film. You're not gonna get Pearl Harbor where there's just constant action. That's not this, and thank God that is not the case. There's tons of quiet moments, tons of moments that just let the characters breathe, even though they are under a timetable of getting to that battalion. It just really helps give a level of detail and a level of world building that a lot of other films don't allow or just figure you don't need. Again, World War I, you know, No Man's Land looks like that, but it's so interesting to go from with a continuous shot, you're allowed to do that. Also, the musical score in this, by God, Thomas Newman does a fantastic job, and is also just, you probably heard it from the trailer. Also, if you see the trailer, take note that yes, you might see a lot more of the story than probably I would have given away. It's not necessarily the story that draws you in the most. It's the cinematography, the one shot, and the directing that really helps elevate this movie. Also, the musical score that helps alleviate certain scenes. Even if the scenes are quiet, or maybe there isn't music going on, just maybe someone talking or something along those lines without getting too spoilery, it is so impactful that I had moments that I was just almost in tears by what was going on. And it was just a quiet little moment, and it just worked so well. I highly recommend this movie. I cannot recommend this movie enough. And this is just, if Saving Private Ryan is considered maybe one of the best World War II movies, this would probably be, if not the best World War I films. You can see a couple shots where the camera's moving and you can see the transition in play, but from that, this movie, I don't know why, it feels more video gamey, going from set to set to set to set, but the tension is so impactful on you that you're just enthralled with every single moment of this movie. And it, again, takes its time to breathe, let scenes just flow completely and without interruption, so you get the full emotional resonance that you're really supposed to get in these types of movies that other films would cut. That being said, I've seen a lot of people complaining about the main actors, George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman. To me, they do a fantastic job. Some people say, oh, they're bland. And to be fair, this is within a set time period. You're not going to have this huge change, especially if you're trying to be more of a realistic film. It's not really about that. It is, there are small arcs in this movie to them. And again, other people come in and they have their own note. And again, people come and go, so you're not going to have this huge arc with those characters. But I will say, you see something going on, and even in the smaller moments, the actors on screen do such a fantastic job just with being scared to death of what's going on, the fear in their eyes, the pain and suffering that they're going through trying to get to that battalion, and also their loss when something happens, or when they see other people die, or when they uncover so many bodies. There are bodies upon bodies. This isn't a visceral movie in the scale of you see a bunch of blood or people just getting hands blown off and stuff like that. That's not this film. This film is literally just showing you an actual war landscape and the bodies that would be across this field because no one's coming to get them. It literally, you go up on that field, you're going to join that rack of bodies. Along with that, it's just very visceral in the state of decomposition of those bodies. So be warned if you're a little bit more queasy in that regard. But other than that, I will say this is a fantastic film. Easily probably would have been my top 5 last year, but I am counting this as a 2020 film. To me, if the general public, even if the Alamo Drafthouse, notoriously known for getting limited release films, does not have this film when it went in limited release or was out even like a month ago, then I'm gonna count it when it comes to the Alamo in a full release, and that was this week. I'm gonna remember this as a 2020 film, and by God, I will remember this film, because just like Saving Private Ryan or other just great films in general, I can take this film and say, this film did something that no other film has done to this level of degree and just amazement. It's stunning, it's beautiful, it's horrifying, and I highly recommend this film if you're interested in World War I, or interested in a great tension-filled movie about two people just trying to get to one place to save 1,600 lives, including maybe some close familiar ties. But in any case, if I have to give a rating, I would give this a 10 out of 10. It's not perfect. There are a couple issues here and there with some tiny minuscule stuff that I won't even say, but overall, it's like nitpicking to the highest degree. I highly recommend this film. Go check it out. Please support this movie. It deserves it. And I guarantee you will not leave the theater disappointed. It is such a good film. But in any case, if you've seen it, put your comments down below. Let me know what you think of it. What was your favorite part? But in any case, let me know down below. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see you all next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Josh, Milam, Joey G240, Just Thomas Plays, Spartycus, Rifle, JrChicklis, Pyroshark, Ollie, Ace, GTA, and Jakub Osweija. Thank you all for your incredible support. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.